Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhu. So devotees and friends, we're having a little different program tonight. We are having a slideshow. Now what have I? I've got feedback here. Oh.
No, it's you going to open it, no?
Look. Oh, so should I start my video?
And they won't see the slideshow properly.
Oh, okay. So right then.
You have feedback. You know, but he's having sound on his computer. He's hearing what he's saying. You click on this and click on the expand.
Oh, okay.
And then you go to audio.
What do we do?
And you just
zero.
No, your output has normal. Your input, push it to the speaker. Sorry,
Yes.
No,
it should work.
They can hear, right?
Can you hear me? Can you?
Yeah.
No.
We're talking about
no. You see,
push a volume up.
you've got a beautiful face, but look at this. That's not what.
Okay, he can hear.
Okay, so we'll just put you down like that.
Okay, now everyone can see your screen.
Right.
Just take with Saranam Prabhu.
That will need to stop.
Yes, Prabhu. Mute everybody. Okay.
Oops. There we go, devotees and friends with that. We are going to visit the 7 original temples of Vrindavan. Very famous and wonderful temples. So, okay, let us begin. Let me just chant some prayers first. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravadi Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vaschachade Shatarne Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Shivas Adi Gauravata Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakapaturubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Right, devotees, so here we are. We are in Vrindavan, look at that. This is the old Madan Mohan temple, which was one of the first temples of Vrindavan, what, about 500 years ago or so. So yeah, we're going to be visiting the 7 main old temples, and this is the first one, Madan Mohan. I mean, I'm sure you understand what Madan Mohan means. The attractor of Cupid. So here we go, devotees. So here we are looking from the Parikrama Marg, which is just on the left there. That's everyone goes around the Vrindavan area on that road. And this is the Madan Mohan temple, the old temple. So we're going to go up there, look. That's me, can you believe it? Climbing like that. So up we go to the Madan Mohan temple. The old temple is very beautiful. We're going around. And on the left, this is called Dwadash Aditya Til, the hill of the 12 suns. When Krishna subdued the Kaliya serpent, if you know that Leela, then he was in the water for hours subduing the serpent. And he came out at the end, he was very cold. So the sun expanded into 12, Dwadash, 12 suns to warm Krishna up. And he stood up on the top here because this is high up, higher than the surrounding ground. So anyway, there's the Parikrama path. That's the Parikrama path. Some years ago, about 30 years ago. And yeah, this is what it looks like now. It looks a bit better. And this is what it looked like when they were working on it. Anyway, so here we are. Now on the right there, that is the well, which was dug by Krishna with his flute to help Sanatana Goswami, because Sanatana Goswami was the person who first worshipped Madan Mohan. And they still get water from that well, but now they use an engine, a motor to get the water out. And this is the Bhajan Kutia of Sanatana Goswami. He used to sit inside, not exactly this building, but a little building on this spot here. And he used to chant all day. And if we look inside, there's a little deity of Krishna, Madan Mohan. And then just coming around a little further, inside there, that used to be the temple room of the Madan Mohan temple. Unfortunately, the Muslims damaged it they didn't destroy it, but they damaged it. So they don't really use this temple room any longer. And they have their own, the Babajis who are overseeing the place now, they have their deities, their Gornitai, Madan Mohan. And so we're going down now the other side. Oh, look, it's one of Vrinda Devi's parents. How nice. Yes. Down and around. So now we have gone down the back. And this is the actual samadhi of Sanatana Goswami. He was the oldest of the 6 Goswamis, the very close associates of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah, so you can see there's the old temple up the top. We're down to here. Yes, let's have a look inside. And this is the Samadhi Murti. When they bury devotees after the devotees have passed away, then they place a sort of conical thing like this over the top. Yes. And as you can see there, just a little on the right, that white plate.
Really sorry.
What?
They are seeing what you see. They're not seeing a full picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're not seeing what you're seeing on the projector.
Was it just spontaneously started? Swap?
Okay. Oops. No.
No, that's fine. Oh, but what are they seeing?
The Zoom people are seeing this.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Well,
This is
Oh,
No, perfect, Prabhu.
perfect. He's saying now perfect.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's perfect for him.
You have a lesson.
But I can, you know what I can do? What can I do?
how did you do the normal kind of PowerPoint?
I just started and it just starts.
Like how you did yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
So now, what should we do to go back? Just bear with us, everyone.
Click on escape. Maybe.
He's saying
Yes.
perfect.
Well, that's perfect for him, but it's not perfect for us, unfortunately. Bear with us. Yeah, let's see if
From Karen's line. Again, it goes there.
let's try this. So what are they
They're
seeing?
seeing what you see.
Both screens.
Yeah.
How's
Okay.
that?
Is that better?
It looks good.
Looks good there on the internet?
Okay.
Okay, so this will do.
Do you have a small laser thing? Maharaj could just.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we got a laser here, so there's a
The first one.
laser pointer, which I'll use, every now and then. So, but there we were, yeah. So you can all read Hindi down the bottom there. Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad Ki Samadhi. Right, his body is buried underneath there. And there's a special pastime of his which took place here. He would make what they call Bhakti. Means, a very simple version of Bhakti. It means just flour and water rolled sort of into a ball or tiny little cake, and then thrown into a fire. And then shortly after, they break the outside off, and then you get a little bread ball in the middle. And he would feed that to the deity. This is the deity here, Madan Mohan. And he's feeding him bhakti. Yes. Yeah, okay. And you know, every day they still offer bhakti to the deity Madan Mohan 500 years later. This is called the Granth Samadhi, the Samadhi of the scriptures. When Jiva Goswami was organizing the literatures left by the previous previous Goswamis, he found some of the literatures too esoteric. So rather than distribute them to the people and confuse people, he buried them here. So they're buried down underneath there. There it is, the other side, the Granth Samadhi. And these are samadhis of two devotees, associates of Lord Caitanya, Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhar Acharya. So now, so that was the old temple, you remember, what we saw first on top of the hill, but that got damaged, unfortunately, by the Muslims. Now we've gone to the new temple. And these are like replacement deities of Madan Mohan with Radharani on our right and Lalita on our left. And they're nice deities, very nice deities. Madan Mohan and Srimati Radharani. And look at this. Well, you can see the size of the rose petals, right? So inside the ring, that is a Govardhan Shila. It is the Govardhan Shila which was worshipped by Sanatana Goswami and which is still kept at that Madan Mohan temple. Tiny little Govardhan Shila. And now, devotees, we have arrived in, what's it called? The old Madan Mohan, the city where they keep Madan Mohan.
Jaipur.
Not Jaipur, not Udaipur either. But on the way,
Karoli.
Karoli. Thank you. Yes, we're now in Karoli, seeing the original Madan Mohan, who's 1,000 years old, and it is impossible to photograph Madan Mohan, but we did, so you could see with Radharani and Lalita. Very simple type of deity, but very beautiful. Wonderful deities. Yes, so now, devotees, we're going to 7 temples, or we're going to focus on 7 deities. Now we're going to visit Radha Govinda, who are in Jaipur. They're in Jaipur. So this is Govinda and Radharani. Yes. And this is extremely popular deity in a big temple in the grounds of the city palace of the Jaipur Maharaj. This is the temple. And Purush on the left, Mahila on the right. Keep things organized. And here we're going to see the deities. And this is now at the midday arati. You see how many people come just every day, 7 days a week, to see the deities. They're so popular, extremely popular. And this is them in different outfits. Radharani, Govinda, Radharani again. And these are clothes that Govinda wears at night. And they're equivalent for Radharani and his lotus feet. And this is little deity of Gaura Govinda, a combined form of Krishna and Lord Caitanya. Lalita and Vishaka are there. And now we're back in Vrindavan. This is the old Radha Govinda temple. You can see it's 3 stories high. It was 7 stories high, but unfortunately, Aurangzeb came and knocked the top 4 floors off. So the temple's still used, but it's not really such a popular temple now. So we go inside, and let's go and have a look on the altar. These are the deities of the devotees who are just overseeing the place. They're not like the traditional old deities from the temple. And that's Krishna. And look at this, isn't this an amazing Govardhan Shila? Really unique Govardhan Shila. And some Shalagram Shilas and other Shilas too. Now, what we do, we go up these stairs. You see the stairs going up to that door. So we're going to go up there inside, and then we're going to go down inside to have darshan of Yoga Maya. This is 5,000-year-old, original 5,000-year-old deity of Vrindavan. Yeah, this is said to be the sister of Krishna, who Kamsa tried to kill, but she flew out of his hands and told him that, you fool, you can't kill me. The child who is going to kill you has already been born elsewhere. And this is now, because the old temple got damaged again, by the invaders. This is the new temple just behind the old temple of Radha Govinda. And this is the replacement deities there. And now what we're doing, we are going to the 3rd. This is Radha Gopinath. And this is the original Radha Gopinath, 5,000-year-old deities in Jaipur. Very beautiful deity. Gopinath means the Lord of the Gopis. And this is Radharani. And you know who this is? This is also Radharani. They're 2 deities of Radharani. And this is the temple, just a small, simple temple in Jaipur. Very popular. And these elderly ladies here, they're there every day, 7 days a week, and they sing for hours and hours. They sing for the deities. So now we have some photos of the deities in different outfits, different sets of clothes. So it's Gopinath, of course, in the center. Then on either side, immediately, that's Radharani, 2 forms of Radharani. Then on our left, Lalita, on our right, Vishaka. And this is another set of clothes and another set. They changed twice a day. Very beautiful. We should have a nice temple like this in Dubai. See all the different outfits. It's amazing. Yeah. Right. And this is really something. You see this is a kurta, like a shirt, which is made from tiny little tulsi beads. And this is about 500 years old. And it's still, hasn't sort of deteriorated or fallen to pieces. This was the shirt, the kurta and hat of Madhu Pandit, who was a friend of the six Goswamis, and he worshipped Radha Gopinath 500 years ago. Those are the counting beads for counting your rounds. And this now is the samadhi of Madhu Pandit in Vrindavan. We were in Jaipur just a few seconds ago, and this is his samadhi. His transcendental body is buried underneath there. And this is the samadhi deity in winter, and they've covered the deity with a blanket, as you can see. And now this is Radha Gopinath, the replacement deities in Vrindavan town. Nice deities with different outfits. Oh, and there's some more pictures of Radha Gopinath in Jaipur, but with different sets of clothes. And look, see, he's got a watch to make sure the offerings are on time. That's one of it. That's his lotus feet. And again, a few different sets of clothes and things. And you can see the trouble they go to make these clothes and to dress the deities and decorate them. And you see on the cheeks and on the forehead, that's all done every day by hand. Right, so now, devotees, we are going to the fourth temple that we're visiting, or the fourth deities, Radha Damodar. Radha Damodar. And Radha Damodar are in Vrindavan. And you can see there's a whole lot of deities there. There's four sets of deities. Because what happened was, there was just one, the one's kind of more or less in the center, Radha Damodar. And the other deities were in other temples, but then the people running the other temples were unable to maintain the deity worship, so they just handed them over to this temple because it's very famous and popular and quite wealthy temple. So this is Radha Damodar there. And again, look at the decorations on the face and the forehead, done every day. Really amazing, really beautiful. Srimati Radharani. And again, a few different outfits. And this is a Govardhan Shila they keep in that temple there in Vrindavan. And they say where those roses are in the center, there is a footprint of Krishna there. And let's see if we can have a closer look. Yeah. A footprint of, I think it's a cow actually, where the roses are. Then Krishna's footprint at the end. Then Krishna's flute. Just above that, you can see the sort of straight line on the right-hand side. So Krishna was standing on this Govardhan Shila, this rock from Govardhan Hill, and the rock melted. And so you see the impressions of Krishna, his flute, and the cow who was standing with Krishna. And this is the samadhi of Rupa Goswami, who, anyway, he lived at this temple. And this is the samadhi of Jiva Goswami, who was the one who worshipped Radha Damodar. Actually, Rupa Goswami carved the deity for him. And now here, there's this little veranda you can see. On the right side is Srila Prabhupada's bedroom, and on the left side is Srila Prabhupada's kitchen and prasadam room. And he lived here for several years, actually. This is his bedroom and where he would write, as you can see. And that's his original, they say that's his original table. And this is his original fan. You can see it's a pretty old fan. And up in the ceiling, well, you see this beam going across. On the left-hand side of the beam itself, going across the top, you can see around that small piece of rock, you know, what has happened is that little piece of rock gets moved. This was Srila Prabhupada's safe. He kept valuables in the ceiling here. And this is Prabhupada's original bed, which he used himself. And so that was, we were in the other room across there on the other side. Now we're in Prabhupada's kitchen and prasadam room. Prabhupada would sit there, take prasadam, and look out the window. And there he is, actually doing these things back in the probably very early 60s or even maybe 59, something like that. Looking out the window. And looking out the window, oh, well, anyway, okay. So now, this is what they call well, the 6 Goswamis, or some of them, would take prasadam here, and they would wash their hands and mouths here. And after the devotees came and dug out bit by bit by bit by bit, the ground which had been sanctified by them washing their hands and so on. And so now it's about a foot deep or a foot and a half deep, because the devotees have taken away so much dust over the last few hundred years. Now, this is very interesting. It's not clear whether that Radha Damodar in Vrindavan is the original deity carved by Rupa Goswami, or whether this is. This is Radha Damodar in Jaipur, in the Radha Damodar temple there. Yes, beautiful little deity, very small. You can see him right down at the bottom there in the front. That's Radha Damodar. And then up on the top, this is Radha Krishna Chandra, worshipped by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Caitanya Charitamrita. Yes, the same deities. Krishna Chandra and his lotus feet, and Srimati Radharani. And there's just a few other deities just on the side there. So now we've come back to Vrindavan, and we are going to visit the Radha Shamsunda temple in Vrindavan. It's a nice temple, fairly substantial. They don't allow photographs, but we took one anyway. And yeah, I mean, they look after the deities really nicely. They dress them and decorate them very, very beautifully. In fact, they have a website. You can go on their website and they've got loads of photos of Radha Shamsunda. And you see the decorations they do on his face, on his hands, on his arms. It's really amazing. And Srimati Radharani. Yeah, isn't the decoration just outstanding? And this is another little altar on the side. Another little altar. Well, let me just go back a sec. Right. So this, the bigger deity in the center of Krishna, he's known as Shamsunda. And there's a whole story behind how this deity, small deity of Shamsunda, was given to the devotee who established this temple, whose name was Shamananda. So this little deity of Shamsunda was worshipped by Shamananda, famous devotee. And I'm sure you all can read Hindi. But what's going on there is, you see on the top left, towards the top left, Hriday Caitanya is giving Diksha to Shamananda Prabhu, it says on the right. And there, look, you can all read that better than I can. Falguna, Holy Purnima, right? This is when Hriday Caitanya, Hriday Caitanya Adhikari Thakur gave initiation in Krishna mantra, to Shamananda, who's on the left there. Right, and then Shamananda, this is him on the right. Shamananda is arrived in Vrindavan, and he's taking shelter of Sri Jiva Goswami, who's just standing in front of him. And Jiva Goswami was teaching advanced Krishna consciousness to just a handful of devotees there in Vrindavan. As you can see there, what does it say? Srinivasacharya and Narottam Thakur. And Shamananda joined them. So now there was three, you see. Srinivas, Narottam, and Shamananda. And Sri Jiva Goswami is teaching, what does it say? Sri Jiva Goswami K. Nikat, is it? Bhakti Grant Adhyayan Raganuga Shiksha, yeah, right. Very advanced devotional service. So then Shamananda, that's him offering obeisances on the right, visiting Radha Kund, and he's meeting, as you can see there, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and on the left is Raghunath Das Goswami. So one day, Shamananda, he had a practical service. He wasn't just studying like a student at university or at school. He was studying, but he was also given service to do. And his service was to sweep a particular part of the Seva Kunj area in Vrindavan. Are you all familiar with Seva Kunj? Devotees?
Yes.
You are.
You can give more nectar, Maharaj, no problem.
Anyway, Seva Kunj, right. So there he was sweeping. You can see he's got his sweeping instruments there, just a little bit on the right. And he found one ankle bell, Nupur, which was made of solid gold with jewels. And he thought, who on earth could have left this here? Because in those days, Vrindavan was literally the middle of nowhere. And he thought, it must be Srimati Radharani. Right. So anyway, well, what happened, let me just go back there, is that Lalita came and asked him, did you find some ankle bells? And he said, yes. And she said, well, could you give it to me and I'll return them. I'll return it to the owner. And Shamananda said, well, no, I will return it myself to the owner. If our dear little children could be quiet, it would be nice. So then Lalita transformed Shamananda into his gopi form. As a gopi, he is Kanaka Manjari. And you can see in the center there's Radharani on the throne. And you can see, you can read that better than me. Kanaka Manjari is kneeling down and putting the anklet back on the ankle of Radharani in the presence of the different gopis, Indureka, Champaklata, Lalita, and who's the next one? Ravishaka, Sudevi, and Tungavidya, right. So putting the ankle bell back on the ankle bells, but Radharani took it off again and pressed it against the forehead of Kanaka Manjari, who is the gopi form of Shamananda Prabhu, as it says there. And then Radharani instructed Lalita Sakhi to give this little deity of Krishna to Shamananda, to Kanaka Manjari. Right, and that's quite a story, isn't it? And that's the deity in the center there. That's the little deity who is personally given by Srimati Radharani through Lalita to Shamananda Prabhu, who's the person who established the temple of Radhasham Sundar. And this is another picture of the same little deity. And that's another one too. And another one, very photogenic, really beautiful. And across the road, more or less, is the Samadhi of Shamananda Pandit Prabhu. His transcendental body is buried there under this Samadhi deity, Samadhi Murti. Yeah. And this is said to be where he received the impression on his forehead from the ankle bells of Radharani. It left, so it was pressed against the forehead of Kanaka Manjari. But then when Shamananda Prabhu returned to external consciousness, the impression was on his forehead also. And that is, you can see the sort of tilak mark there. That is what the impression on his forehead looked like. And then he and his followers accepted that as their tilak mark. So, around Vrindavan, sometimes you see these people with tilak that looks like that. It means they're followers of Shamananda. That's Bengali, which I can't really read. But anyway, Shri Radha something. Right, now, devotees, we've almost completed our parikrama of Vrindavan town. We're going to the Radha Gokulananda temple in Vrindavan town. So in we go, and there's the altar of Radha Gokulananda in Vrindavan. Gokulananda is the little deity in front at the bottom, you see. He doesn't have Radharani with him, but that is Gokulananda. He was worshipped by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. On the left is the Lord Caitanya deity of Narottam Das Thakur. In the center is Radha Vinod of Lokanath Goswami, although that is not the original deity. Gokulananda, the little one, is original. And on the right, that's Radha, what is it? Govinda Madhava, or I forget the exact name, worshipped by Baladev Vijayabhushan. So this is the little deity of Gokulananda, rather unusual looking, but was worshipped by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Right, and now you see where Gokulananda is towards the bottom there. Just to our right, you see there's that little square rock. That is a Govardhan Shila. This is the Govardhan Shila of, okay, anyway, let's give us a couple of seconds. Close-ups. This is the Govardhan Shila of Lord Caitanya, which he gave then to Raghunath Das Goswami. And you can see there's this sort of circular thing, like an impression in the Shila. Lord Caitanya would massage this Shila so strongly that his thumb made an impression on the Shila. He would bathe the Shila with his tears and then massage the Shila. And after 3 years, he gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami. Yes. And just in the grounds of the Gokulananda temple, there's the Samadhi garden with samadhis of some great devotees. This is the Samadhi of Lokanath Goswami, who was the spiritual master of Narottam Das Thakur. Actually, it's his Bhajan Kutir also. This is the Pushpa Samadhi of Narottam Das Thakur. And this is the Samadhi of, what's his name? Anyway, one of the great, a disciple of Narottam Das Thakur, whose name just slips my mind. And this is the Pushpa Samadhi of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yes. And now this is the original Radha Vinod. If you remember, when we were looking at the altar, which had like several deities on the altar in Vrindavan, in the Gokulananda temple in Vrindavan. So in the center, on the upper level, was Radha Vinod, but it wasn't the original Radha Vinod. Like they call, anyway, it's a replacement, Pratibhu deity. But this is such a beautiful deity, very small. And you know what Lokanath Goswami would do? He would carry this deity, just Krishna, in his bead bag and massage the deity while chanting japa. It's a special way of chanting japa, that you massage a deity while you chant, and some shilas. So devotees, this is now actually, unfortunately, some of you came a bit late, but this is the last deity we're visiting, the seventh of the seven main old deities of Vrindavan. This is Radha Raman. And yes, Radha Raman. Very beautiful and extremely popular deity. And well, you see standing there is Krishna, Radha Raman. And on the right, you can see some cloth and some ornaments and so on. Srimati Radharani is there. But you can only see her if you have spiritual eyes. Can any of you see her? I don't think you can, because I don't think we have spiritual eyes yet. Got to keep working on it. So here we are, we're going to visit. We're going to visit the Radharaman, Sri Radharaman Mandir. In we go. On the way, well, we actually stop right next door. This is the place where Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who was the person who worshipped Radharaman and who established the temple, this is where the deity manifested, right there. Gopal Bhatta Goswami was worshipping Shalagram Shilas, which, you know, on a certain level look like rocks. But one of them was a big Damodar Shila. And one day, this is his samadhi, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And these are some of the Shalagram Shilas he was worshipping. But then one day, one nice devotee came and gave him some cloth and ornaments and told him, look, here you can have an outfit made from this for your deity. But he was just worshipping Shalagram Shilas, which, you know, basically looked like rocks, black rocks. So he felt disappointed that I don't have a deity in the same sense like Sanatana Goswami with Madan Mohan, Rupa Goswami with Radha Govinda. So he prayed on, what was it? On Lord Nrsingadev's appearance day, he prayed, my Lord Nrsingadev, you came out of a pillar in a personal form. So why can't you come out of one of these Shalagram Shilas in a personal form, so I can worship you in a personal form? And sure enough, the next morning, he came and the Damodar Shila had transformed into Radha Raman. And these are some pictures of him. Yeah, look at that. That's midsummer. And if you look carefully, if you look really carefully, you can see his little teeth. And you can see his teeth. Something quite sporty. Yes, so this is Radharama, very popular deity. And devotees. That's about it actually. We've come to the end of our slideshow. Shri Vrindavan Dham King. So I don't know what to do for all of you nice devotees who somehow you weren't able to get here in time. Let me just consider what we should do. Well, I tell you, oops. Oh, yeah, okay. You know,
Okay, sorry.
yeah. Okay, oops. That's some funny mark there. Funny marks. But let me just check. I mean, you'll see what I'm checking as I check it. Those marks are doing that. But anyway, right. Let us just have a look. Let us have a look. Just bear with me. What do we do? You know, you reckon, do you have say 45 minutes available to an hour?
We are okay, Maharaj. Only thing we
Yeah, okay.
told that you are leaving early morning tomorrow for the US flight. So we
Yeah.
leave you. I mean,
Well, let's take a quick visit.
Maharaj, we request a summary of this thing which you showed. 15 minutes will be better because we don't want to disturb your flight timing first.
We can quickly go around Radhakund and Shamakund. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you into it? Okay. Right. Okay, Radhakund, Shamakund. The liquid forms of Srimati Radharani and Lord Krishna. That's Radhakund on the right, Shamakund on the left. So look at that. Shamakund, Radhakund are two great floods of the nectar of beauty. Well, anyway, you can read them, okay? And be quicker than me actually reading them out. They're so special. Radhakund and Shamakund. Yes, they're two jewel mines of love. They're two seeds from which grow the jewel vines of transcendental pastimes. How did they become two splendid and nectar-sweet lakes? By seeing these two lakes, Radha and Krishna believe they're present in them. It is as if they directly see each other there. The wise say that by approaching these lakes, one directly approaches Radha and Krishna. Longing to meet but forced to remain separate, Radha and Krishna assumed the forms of Radhakund and Shamakund. In this way, they become splashed with the nectar of meeting each other. Oh, Krishna. Out of great kindness to the people so they could directly taste their sweetness, Radha and Krishna have become these two lakes. Shining with happiness, the devotees bathe in these two lakes. So, devotees, this is Radhakund from the top of our ISKCON temple, sort of ISKCON temple, there. Oh, and look, we're going to visit all these places. Look at that. Boy, I tell you what, you can you memorize all of these in 1 minute? Anyway, we're going to visit all these places. So fasten your seatbelts. This is the Bhajan Kutia of Gopal Bhatta. Oh no, it's not. Who is it? Shamananda Pandit, actually. Shamananda Pandit. Okay, here's Kundeshwar Shiva, the protector of Radhakund Shamakund. And this is him during Kartik, I think on the Gopastami day. So you see that was number 2. Now we're going to number 3, the old Radha Krishna temple. In we go, and in we go. And look, there's me. And Chandra Mohan Ji. And this is the old original deities of Radha Kund. Yes, very nice. That was number 3. Now we're going to 4, Julan Talab. Julan Talab is this structure here. And it is said that Radha and Krishna had a swing here. So it's called Julan. Julan means swing. Julan Talab, the place of the swing. They would swing together here. And that was number 3, number 4 that was. Yeah, now Vakreshwara Pandit's temple, number 5. Have you been to this place? It's very nice, nice temple. Vakreshwara Pandit. And this is Vakreshwara Pandit. He was a big kirtan man. He would dance for 48 hours. And not just, left, right, but dance, real dancing, flying. Yeah. Vakreshwara Pandit. So that was 5. Now we're going to 6 is Radha Gopinath. Beautiful deities. Really beautiful deities. Gosh. Yeah. And that was, what was that? Was 6. 7. Okay. All right. 7 is Janava's sitting place. Is that little building there? And inside, you see, there's Mother Janava. She would sit here and chant when she was staying at Radhakund. And this was her bathing place, so she could bathe privately without people seeing her. Yes. And now we're going to number 8, Raghunath Das Goswami, his samadhi number 1. There are 2. So this is his samadhi, or one of them, because his body was cremated and the ashes were placed in 2 places. And this is one of them. And they have 24-hour kirtan going on there. And number 9 is the Radha Raman temple coming up in due course. Anyway, some devotees chanting prayers. What's that? Shri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stava Stotra. Right. Right. Okay. Oh, and some of the local pandas. And this is the Sangam. Yeah, and you see, on this side, we're looking from Shamakund. On the other side is Radhakund. And you can see on the right, there are these gaps between the stairs. Are you with me? The waters of Radhakund and Shamakund mix there. Yeah. So Radha and Krishna are meeting in their liquid forms here at the Sangam, the meeting place. And, gee whiz, what is this? This is something interesting, isn't it? Oh, this is just, some things there at the Sangam. Yeah. Some things. And that's my old friend Chandramohan Panda. So now I think we're actually going to number 9, the Radharaman temple. Yeah, this is the Radharaman temple. Radha and Radharaman are on the left, and it's, who is it? Radha. Oh, it's Revati Balaram on the right, the bigger deities in the Radharaman temple. Yeah, that's number 9. It's on the road which goes around. Then number 10, see up the road a bit, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhajan Kutia. Let's go inside, this is the Bhajan Kutia. Let's go inside, have a look. This is his Pushpa Samadhi. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's Pushpa Samadhi. This is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's chair and bed. And in the box on the left, anyway, that's his bed, but in the box and that's his toilet, would you believe? Oh yeah, and in the box there, that's one of, see in my left hand, that's one of his shoes. And I'm about to whack Yamaraj Prabhu, I think, on the head with it. And in that box was this walking stick of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, which I also whack the devotees with. Yes, it's really nice. Okay, now we're going to number 11. You see 11? It's the Radha Govinda temple. Radha Govinda. And it's just up that, the blue doorway up on the right there takes you into the Radha Govinda temple. And there's Radha Govinda. Looking very nice. Very beautiful. Different outfits. And then number 12 is the tongue of Govardhan. It's a Shila, it's a long story, but it's a Govardhan Shila. And Govardhan appeared to Raghunath Das Goswami and said, you please take this Shila and worship the Shila. Give this Shila his own temple. So Raghunath Das Goswami did that. And actually what had happened was they were digging a well to get water just for their taking bath and so on. They were digging a well behind Shamakund when the worker struck a rock and the rock started bleeding. And so they stopped. And so this is now the back of the tongue of Govardhan. You can see the mark of the spade which struck the top of the Shila. You see it there towards the right-hand side of the top of the Shila. Yeah. Yes. So then that night, Govardhan appeared in the dream of Raghunath Das Goswami and said, build a temple for my tongue. That was my tongue, your worker hit. So now where are we going? 13, yeah, Gopal Bhatta's sitting place. Gopal Bhatta, yeah, that's Gopal Bhatta. And then 14 is the three samadhis. Look, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami on the left, and there's Krishnadas Kaviraj in the center, and Raghunath Das on the right. Each one of them was cremated because the Muslims were going around and digging up the bodies of saintly people and breaking them up. So therefore, the practice developed of cremating the bodies of the great devotees when they passed away. And so half of Raghunath Das's ashes are here on the right. The other half are back where we were some minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's actually in the Radha Gopinath temple. And Raghunath Bhatta on the left, half of his ashes are there, and half are in the garden of the 64 Samadhis, just over the road from the Radha Govinda temple in Vrindavan town. And as far as I know, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, his ashes are there. This is what they used to look like in the past, but now they've been, developed. Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Das, or Krishnadas, Raghunath Das. Right, so that was number 14. Number 15 is Raghunath Das Goswami's Bhajan Kutia. Right. So there it is, with pictures of pastimes of his. Actually, this picture is of, the big one is of two pastimes in one. In the first pastime, well, in both pastimes, Sanatana Goswami is watching from the top left in the big picture. In the first pastime, Krishna is watching on the right, and those tigers are drinking from Shamakund. This is the first pastime. And Sanatana Goswami is watching, and he sees that Krishna is looking out for Raghunath Das, guarding Raghunath Das. So Sanatana then told Raghunath Das, you shouldn't engage Krishna in your service. You should build a little hut, and then, to protect you a bit. And Raghunath Das said, sure, yeah, I'll do that. But he didn't do it. Then some days later, in the middle of summer, 45 degrees or so, Sanatana is again there, top left. And Raghunath Das is sitting in the sun. Krishna's not there. The tigers are not there. Thank you. The tigers are not there. But then Sanatana sees Srimati Radharani come and hold her sari over the head of Raghunath Das while she stands there perspiring in the heat. So these two pastimes are depicted in the big picture, and the left picture is just the second of the two pastimes. Right. Yes. Krishna. This is an old version of the first pastime, very old version. So now Bhajan Kutia Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti. Thakur is immediately right next door, part of the same building actually. And this is him reading or writing, yes. He would write on the banks of Shamakund. Yes, and this tree is a descendant, it's a pilu tree, if you're familiar with pilu trees. It's a descendant of a tree which was there when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was living there. And the tree had been there since Krishna's time. And the tree would tell Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur many different pastimes of Radha and Krishna that he had observed. Yeah, this is the tree. And that's one of there were big trees. Each one was said to be a form of one of the 5 Pandava brothers. Unfortunately, they've all passed away. But this one was, if I remember correctly, Bhima, but one of the 5 Pandavas. Okay, where are we going now? Oh yeah, number 16, Krishnadas Kaviraja's Bhajan Kutia. There it is. And there it is. It's had a coat of paint since then. And there he is writing Caitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, and this is during winter. Of course, we know he's present in his picture. So the devotee who's running this place, his name is Narottam. He looks after Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He keeps him warm in the form of his picture. So yeah, now number 16. What happened? Okay, now number 16 is the Gangamata Goswamini temple. These are her deities. Right, and now number 17, nice place. The Jagannath temple. Yeah, Jagannath Puri in Radhakund Shamakund. Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Jai. They take these deities out for Rath Yatra around Radhakund Shamakund on the Rath Yatra day. And this, oh, that was that. All right. So now this is the Radha Damodar temple and Bhajan Kutia of Srila Jiva Goswami. And this is Bhajan Kutia, Jiva Goswami. Painting done by an ISKCON devotee, Mother Acha Vigraha. Don't know if any of you knew her. And up top is Radha Damodar. Pratibhu, they're replacement deities. Down the bottom, you see the big red footprints. These are said to have been taken directly from the feet of Lord Caitanya. That's what they say. Radha Damodar. And Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet. And some Shilas and Gopal. Right, so here we are, we're at Shamakund. And what now, Shamakund? We're going to Lalita Kund. Well, actually, we're going to have a look at some japa beads. Have you all chanted your rounds today? I hope so. Yeah, you can get some pretty amazing chanting beads and just beads in general. Right, so what was that? We're going to Lalita Kund. There's Lalita Kund. There used to be kunds of all the Astasakis surrounding Radhakund Shamakund. Now there's just Lalita Kund, and this is Lalita Devi. Oh, look. Some friendly turtles. They were put in there when Radhakund was emptied to clean it some years ago. Yeah, so this is Radha Lalita Bihari, just next to Lalita Kund. And now, yeah, so that was 20, that's right. 21 is Gopakua. And this is the well which was being dug by Raghunath Das Goswami's workers when they found or hit the tongue of Govardhan. Yeah. Yes. And now we're going to number 22, Madhavendra Puri's Bhajan Kutir, basically. This is it here. Inside there's this little picture of him and Krishna coming to him with some milk. Shripad Madhavendra Puri. And some local Brijbasi gentlemen. And we're looking from the end of Shamakund to the Sangam. Right, okay. So now we're going to number 2, at least on this map, which is Madhavendra Puri, no, what did I say? Lord Chaitanya's sitting place, where he sat after discovering Radhakund and Shamakund. Yes. Jagai and Madai. And these are some views from Lord Chaitanya's sitting place. Straight across that is called, what's it called? Govindagat. And that's where Raghunath Das Goswami's Bhajan Kutir and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Bhajan Kutir, where they are. So right now we're almost there, devotees. Number 24, would you believe? Madan Mohan Temple, here we are. We are inside the grounds. And these are replacement deities of the original Madan Mohan, who we saw earlier in the previous slideshow. Yeah. And lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, and at least on the left it's Lord Nityananda, others I can't read. And this is Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. He was living here on the banks of Shamakund. Yeah, that's his Bhajan Kutir. And this is him, Sanatana Goswami, feeding Madan Mohan little bread balls called bhati. And here's the Sangam, where the waters of Radhakund and Shamakund meet, means that Radha and Krishna are meeting in their liquid forms. And here we go, devotees. This is Shamakund. And that's Govindagat. And devotees, I think that's, oh, okay. No, we're going to, let's just see here what happened. Yeah, it's Lord Nityan. Oh, it's number 25, that's what it is. Lord Nityananda stayed at Radhakund and Shamakund for some time. So this is sort of like a Bhajan Kutir type of thing. Yeah. And these are the deities there, Radha Gopinath, deities. And there you go, devotees, Radha Kund and Shamakund. Shri Radha Kund Shamakund ki jai. Of all the gopis, Radharani is the dear most. Similarly, the lake known as Radhakund is very dear to the Lord because it is very dear to Srimati Radharani. Just as Radharani is most dear to Lord Krishna, so her lake known as Radhakund is also very dear to him. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is certainly the most beloved. And this is Radharani there at Radhakund on one of the walls at the southern end of Radhakund. Whoever bathes just once in Radhakund attains Srimati Radharani's loving attraction for Sri Krishna. Who within this world can describe the glories and sweetness of Sri Radhakund? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sri Radhakund Shamakund ki jai. So there you go, devotees. Hare Krishna to you all. May all go well for you.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. On the day of Indra Ekadasi, you brought us to Kulu Vrindavan.
It's nice. Right.